Salutations, listeners. Welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And I can only thesaurus.com so many versions of the word hello.
True.
Yeah. Good morrow. So, as stated from last week's episode, we're doing Clan Selection Volume 4 this week.
Shocking.
Yep, and I actually had the time to go and put the pictures here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll actually get something to look at besides our ugly mugs. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Mine is the worst. I agree. That's why it covers mine.
When it shows up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just happen to get into the if I showed up last, it would cover me.
But you can't show up last. It's impossible.
That's true because I'm the one starting the StreamYard room. But yeah, y'all know the drill. Going through only the new cards in this new set. Talk about who won, who lost, and I think we're going to cover that for all 24 clans now, since we're at the end of both.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, and one other thing, we got merch now, everybody. This is a Nexus at Night coffee mug with our mascot Copy Star in the bottom right there. So we got coffee mugs, we got T-shirts, we got hoodies. So far, it's just our logo, Copy Star, and like the shitty MS Paint drawing of Copy Star on like T-shirts and mugs and hoodies and all that stuff. But we'll have more in the future. There will be a link to that in the show notes /description. So yeah, go check it out. Buy yourself a shirt or a hoodie or whatever. Helps us out. Good stuff.
Imagine having merchandise.
We do. It only took us 5 years to do that.
Yeah.
Been on for 5 years. Oh,
but we don't have 1 million subscribers. What are we doing with our lives?
No, we don't. But maybe someday. In the meantime, starting off, we have Cleanup Celestial Ramiel Reverse.
Nice.
What is it? Yeah. What was it? Grade 3 for Angel Feather. So 12k Protect Gift, auto on Van at the start of your battle phase, countercharge 1. Already off to a good start. Then lock all of your rear guards with different card names than any face-up cards in your damage zone. Then, for every 2 of your rear guards, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and this unit gets plus 20k until end of turn. That's one effect. That's all under one banner. There's another one. Auto on Van when this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, Grade 3, and this unit gets Drive plus 1 till end of that battle. Your opponent may Counterblast 2 if they did not Counterblast 2. Until the end of that battle, when your opponent would call cards from hand to card circle, they must call the same number of cards in your hand as the number of cards in your damage zone or more at the same time. So it's X door based on whatever you got there. Kind of neat.
There's a lot going on with this card.
That is so much for 2 effects.
I can't believe the first effect was all just 1 skill.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Actually mind-boggling.
Yeah, different card names. Okay, so if you had... This is interesting, because usually with reverse units, the locking is the cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lock a guy, do X thing. This is part of the effect and, like, the condition of it.
Yeah.
All your guys get locked unless they got something with the same name in the damage zone.
Is this even better than what Angel Feather is doing now? I'm not sure.
I have no idea, but it sure does have a lot of text on it.
I mean, even by itself, getting a free countercharge every turn is nice.
But it's a lot of setup to use its effect. Like,
Yes.
like in order to have regards to attack.
It's also kind of interesting that this is making the opponent counterblast. So, like,
well, no. It's giving the opponent a choice to counterblast.
yeah. If they don't want that guard restrict.
Right. But they're going to take it. They're definitely not going to counterblast.
Yeah.
I don't think I like this card. Just even though it has a lot of neat text. Mostly because I'm concerned about... I mean, I guess you get a lot of new cards that can help you set up more, especially in the last V collection. But I don't know. Something about this feels like it's just not as good as Gavril.
I don't think it is either, but it's like a lot of this stuff is novel, I think.
True. And if Gavril randomly gets hit or something, like they hit what's her name to 1 or something stupid, then, maybe this is the play. But You know, I think the card is very neat, though.
Yeah. Maybe they're like... I'm not really sure about Celestial's whole deal, but maybe they have enough
I mean,
support.
Celestial's whole thing is like putting shit in the damage zone.
Mm-hmm.
Specific things, not just like
Yeah.
damage checking or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, what we're looking for in the next couple cards is, you know, the ability to put the cards you want in damage zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll hope that's there.
Well, let's find out. The next card we got is Emergency Celestial Danielle. Grade 2, 9K. Auto, when placed on van or rear from hand, you can discard a card, search your deck for up to one card with the same name as any face-up card in your damage zone, call it to rear, and shuffle. If you called a unit without a Celestial, you counterblast 2.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Man, I was looking so good until that last part.
I know!
Oh, man.
Very xenophobic. Although the reminder text does say that if you only have one face-up card, you only counterblast 1. So.
Right. I mean, I think this card's probably just still very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's good
if
support.
you're playing this Gavril, but if you're not, I don't think you bother.
It's kind of
it's kind of RNG what you get. It's kind of RNG what you get too, right? Because you have to take a damage and hope it's something that you actually want to call.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a heal trigger and damage. I'm going to call another heal trigger.
Oh, hell yeah. I got an over trigger and damage. No, wait.
What? All right, put it face up in damage zone with the switch thing. And then,
right.
Yeah.
If only you could get an over trigger and damage very easily. I guess I can.
The last one here is Nursing Celestial Narelle, grade 1. Auto on rear at the start of your main phase. If you have a Vanguard with Celestial and its card name, put this unit into your damage zone, draw, choose a face-up grade 2 or less card from your damage zone, and put it into your soul. Once again, so much freaking text. And then the other one is act in damage zone. Once per turn, you Soul Blast 1. Search your deck for up to one card with Celestial and a different card name than any face-up card in your damage zone. Put it into your damage zone and shuffle. If you put a card, put this card into your soul. That was so much text, I forgot what it was as I was reading it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Very good in the reverse deck.
Mm-hmm.
It basically, if you have a unit on board that's a Celestial, you can get it in your damage zone and keep it on the turn for what's her name? For Ramiel.
Ramiel, yeah. Okay.
It's also weird that like Danielle and Narelle have a theme, and Ramiel is just like, no, I'm good.
What? It's just off doing.
Yeah, they have like this pink and blue, right? And then like,
Ramiel's
Ramiel's like, nah, screw that.
Yeah, let's see. You got like
That's
pink and blue, black.
There's always Celestials or the reverse units things.
Yep.
True.
Paint it black like it's the Rolling Stones.
Oh.
It is time for the thing that every Shadow Paladin player won't shut the hell up about. Ready, go.
All right, so let's read this card, unfortunately. So
I know, right?
It is, Revenger, Raging Fall Dragon, reverse. So Raging form has a reverse for some reason. It has an act on Vanguard Circle. You can lock one of your regards with Revenger in its card name. Choose 3 of your units with Revenger in the card names. They get power plus 5,000 on the turn. Boring, whatever.
Yeah.
And then an auto on Van, this ability's cost is reduced by counterblast 1 for each of your locked cards.
Okay.
Oh, the first effect, by the way, is not once per turn.
Mm-hmm.
But the second effect is. So at the end of the battle of this unit attacked, you can counterblast 3 and discard 3. Choose up to 2 of your stand rear guards and lock them. And then if you have 2 or more locked cards or 5 cards in your damage zone, stand this unit.
So you're effectively locking your entire board if you want this restand to have any kind of reasonable cost.
Yeah, this card sucks.
This card is awful.
Well, first off, you just usually the reverse cards, it'll look like, oh, it's got a black and red tinge or whatever. This just straight looks like a Link Joker unit. Like
right?
That looks like discount Chaos Breaker.
If you told me, if you just showed the art of the card, I could believe that's either a Link Joker unit or a new Utami unit.
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely.
You'd be like, that's a new Utami unit. I'm like, oh, sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I will take that at face value. I don't know.
This card, I think, is pretty powerful if you're at 5 damage, but, you're at 5 damage.
Yeah.
Because if you're at 5 damage, you don't really need to, lock your board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
I guess if you use the first skill to like reduce its cost, you don't have to lock the 2 standing rear guards. But that's still like bad.
Doesn't it just say choose to if your standard regards and lock them? Like not you may.
It says choose up to 2.
Up to 2, I see. So you cannot.
Yeah.
And then if you have 2 or more locked cards.
Or 5 cards.
But
But
like
it's still just like you're still discarding 3 for a single restand.
But like so if you lock 1 and you use the first effect to lock 2 like in like the back corners or 1 behind Vanguard, 1 in a corner.
Yeah.
You're basically weakening like it's a pretty substantial I guess it's alright, but like
I guess the
also
plus 5 kind of
3?
makes up for it.
And force
like,
markers too.
Yeah, but like the original Raging Form can just restand a million times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is this is the last thing you ride off of Raging Form's like restand abilities. You like attack, do it again, attack, and then ride Raging Fall as your last one.
If you do that with the original Raging Form, you don't have a board anymore.
Yeah.
Because you have to retire 3 for the original Raging Form, so it's like you retire 3, re-ride Raging Form, call 1, retire another 3, re-ride again. Now you have no board for Raging Fall.
Yeah.
And then you're having to counterblast 3 to use this fuck. Like,
if you want to really high roll the guy, then yeah, sure, go for it.
Also, like in kind of the best case scenario of this card is like you just like ride grade 3, like ride this on grade 3, call 5 units, you lock 1 due to the first effect to get 5k to like in like an L pattern, and then you attack, counterblast 2, lock and discard 3, lock another. That's like not worth, right?
Yeah.
Really. So I don't know. I think people are really excited for this. Because everyone loses their mind with like, oh my god, a thing is getting.
I mean, Vanguardians like loses his mind over the dumbest thing, and they all think Raging Fall is bad.
Oh no, I mean before this came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Raging Form is getting a reverse unit. This is gonna be amazing!" And then
people just really like Shadow Paladin. That's it.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
So speaking of really liking Shadow Paladin, no, I'm just kidding. We're going to read some of the other cards for Shadow Paladin. The first one is Overcoming Revenger Rukia. No relation to the Bleach character. Auto, when this unit is rode upon by your unit with Revenger in its card name, look at top 3. Choose up to 1 Revenger in its card name with grade equal to or less than your opponent's Vanguard from among them. Reveal it and put it in your hand. Why does it have that line of text? And the rest from the bottom in your order. And then a continuous on rear. If you have a grade 1 rear guard with Revenger in its card name, in the same columns, the unit gets powerful as 5k. Boring.
Okay. Kind of whatever. And then what about the grade 1?
And then the grade 1 says a soul ability when your grade 3 unit with Revenger in its card name is placed on Vanguard Circle by writing from a grade 2. Search your deck for a grade 1 with Revenger in its card name, call it to rear at rest, and shuffle your deck. At rest. Soul Blast 2, choose a grade 2 with Revenger in its card name from your drop and call it to rear guard in the same column as this unit. And that's an axe, by the way, for the Soul Blast 2, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, this is one of those, I think they forgot there's no ride lines in V kind of style cards.
Yeah.
Like, they've been printing these since, like, mid-V, but we never had a ride deck, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or, like, I guess the idea is, oh, this is the thing you want to ride. I'm like, cool, still no ride line. I mean, good, aspire to stuff, but, like... I think the easiest way to run a deck in V is have enough stuff on the way up that has a Vanguard or a rear guard skill where like no matter what you ride it's usually okay. Like yes, you want to ride Savage Shooter turn 1. If you don't ride it, you know, you got Prism Bird or something. Like it's something, you know? All right, so how about them Gold Paladins? Starting God, Richard hates this one so much. Okay, so Salvation Line, Brand, Ezel, Scissors. So I guess this is meant to tie all of the Ezel things together. We got Act, grade 3, 12k, Act on Van, once per turn. Put a grade 3 with Ezel in its card name from your hand into your soul. Choose all of the grade 3 cards with Ezel in their card names, not named himself, in your soul, and this unit gets all of their abilities until end of turn. also act on Van once per turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and your soul has 2 or more grade 3 cards, counterblast 1 until end of turn. This unit gets drive +1, and your opponent cannot activate Vanguard auto abilities and unlock all of your lock cards, because of course they're going to do that.
Is this even better than Ravenhair?
No, not even close.
Ravenhair is like nuts.
Yeah.
And this card's like, you exist, I guess.
Yeah. Like, Richard has apparently tested this extensively, and like in V Premium, you have the like ride speed up thing, even though it's a little like clunky.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is to like go past the opponent, and the like actual Vanguard ability doesn't matter all that much. Ravenhair a little more so. And then in Premium, it especially doesn't matter. You just want to speed up so you can stride on the guy. So this is just like in the way most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You put a grade 3 from hand into soul to either on attack call something from hand or get 15k in a crit.
Too many Ezels in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
This is designed to counter exactly Chaos, and like Chaos was never even that good.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
This will air on Adult Swim at 3 in the morning, right before it switches back to Cartoon Network, as a sitcom intro, and then just whatever. Too many Cooks reference. Moving on. Bagdamagus. Night of Passion Bagdamagus. Grade 2, continuous on rear. During your turn, gets plus 5k for each grade 3 with Ezel in its different card name in your soul. And then also continuous on rear. If your soul has 2 or more grade 3 cards when this unit would attack, it battles all of your opponent's units in a column.
That's a big unit.
That is a big unit. He is a heckin' chonkin' unit.
Like pretty easily, like 24k attack your opponent's for a row.
Yeah.
Richard says that the main thing you want out of this is the column attack, because it allows you to attack things like Mist of or Honolly that just sit in the back row. And like Gold's doesn't really have removal, so this is a way to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like spamming Ezels anyway, so you like easily meet the condition.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't really care about the power increase, but it is nice.
Free.
Yeah.
Just a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. And then this one, Sacred Twin Beast White Lion. So this is that artificial damager from back in the day. 8k grade 1, auto on van or rear. When its attack or the attack it boosted hits a Vanguard, look at 6 from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 grade 3 cards with Ezel in their different card names. Put them into your hand and shuffle. If you put 2 cards in your hand, choose a card from your hand, put it into your soul. So obviously meant to make Scissors better, but like, who cares?
Damn.
Yep. Whole lot of rosy, whole lot of nothing.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. What about the next one?
All right. So going on to New Atama. I could have sworn I read this card, but I guess I didn't. Covert Demonic Dragon Magatsu Storm Reverse. So this is it is, the Nubatami unit here. I forgot Magatsu's Nubatami unit now.
I know.
Yeah, right?
So when it's placed on rear, the ability of your Vanguard with Magatsu in its card name. By the ability of your Vanguard with Magatsu in its card name, lock all of your rear guards without Magatsu in their card names, and all your units get plus 5,000 on a turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, counterblast 1, discard 2. You perform drive checks for the battles that this unit attacked until end of turn. Okay. And then auto, when it's retired from rear guard during your opponent's turn, Soul Blast 1, put this card into your hand, and your opponent chooses the card from their hand and discards it.
That second effect seems nice.
Yeah. So you can go Counterblast 2, just call 2 of these. Counterblast 1, but it has to be by your...
Magatsu.
Yeah, let me read the other Magatsu, because I forgot what it does.
It's old.
Yes, a VR that didn't get reprinted. Go back to that episode again.
Yeah, but it's... The old Magatsu is... When it is
call
attacked...
It from hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this card now.
Yeah, and you have to Soul Blast to grade 3.
No, oh my god, you're right. I got bad news.
Okay, so, but?
I don't like it. I don't like it because the old Magatsu's kind of
if we had if they made like a V Magatsu Typhoon that was like good, then maybe this could do something. But like the old Magatsu is a very old card, and the old Magatsu also has no way of returning things to your hand on its own.
Nuba really got the shaft in V, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, they had cool stuff like near the beginning where they were, doing the bouncing again and the tokens and like that was kind of neat, but I don't know if it because they never picked something and stuck with it. They went bouncing, then the tokens, then tried to do dominate again with another token, and it was so.
And then they went back
all
to
over the
discarding with the last clan collection.
Yeah.
Hold on, it gets better. Not
Oh,
really.
God.
But so Stealth Dragon Royale Nova. That's what they call a quarter Nova. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So when this unit is placed on van or rear, look at 2 cards on the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Magatsu in its name. From among them, reveal it and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. And the really cool effect, that's definitely from the year 2022, is when it attacks, you can have it gain 6k. And if you do, at the end of that turn, you put this unit on the bottom of your deck.
What the hell? Just let it go back to hand. What's the problem?
This really is just straight out of set. These cards all look like they just came straight out of whatever set the original Magatsu was from.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say like
good theme. Good theming.
Like straight out of set 4. Yeah.
Definitely 2022 ability, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, then Stealth Dragon Unin.
Very cool art.
Yeah, looks sweet. When it's rode upon, you can Soul Blast 1, reveal a grade 3 from your hand, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 with a different name from this card's revealed to this cost, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck, choose a card from your hand, and put it at the bottom of your deck. At the end of this battle, boosted a rear guard, you can put the boosted unit into Soul, choose 2 of your rear guards, and return them.
Okay, so first off, the first effect you can use to search Heal Guardians.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there. But there's no ride lines.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also, but the way that this deck kind of wants to work, the fact that you can't, reveal your Magatsu reverse and then find another Magatsu reverse kind of sucks.
Yeah. I don't understand why, Nubatama especially tends to have this idea that bouncing your rear guards is plussing. It's not.
Let's just go back to having Bermuda Triangle do the bouncing. They clearly do it better.
They do. Well, okay, so in Yu-Gi-Oh, cards in hand is super important. In Vanguard, cards in hand and cards on board don't really make much of a difference in terms of actually plussing. It's good for defense, maybe, but aside from that,
but that's what the evil decoy tokens were for. Except this deck doesn't make tokens.
Yeah, and the evil decoy tokens they could intercept. You could give them boost, all that other stuff. Yeah.
It's okay, though. We can go back to reading some cool cards.
Oh, yeah. This stuff is real fun.
All right.
Yes.
So it's me again because, I don't know. So Military Dragon Raptor Colonels. This was the old ride chain, if you remember that from forever ago.
I remember that.
All right. So, it's a 12. All these things have normal power so far for some reason.
Well, okay. I only say that because last time Pants Dragon had 17k and the Weasel had 8. So
yeah. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
So it has an auto on Van once per turn. When it attacks, you can counterblast 1, retire 1 or more rear guards, and it gets power plus 5,000 on the turn for each unit retired with this cost. If 5 or more units were retired for the cost, and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 0 or greater. God, I hate that line of text.
Yeah.
At the end of that battle, stand this unit. So it's Dogma.
Hey, it's Dogma. That's cool.
And during your turn, all of your units placed during this turn's battle phase get power plus 5,000.
During the battle phase? That's interesting. They better have good stuff.
Look, Dogma's sweet. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dogma's cool the first time. It's cool the second time. It's cool the third time.
I don't know if this ends up being the thing. Anger Blader is already its own kind of deck, and then there's Gaia and Degano Blazer. I don't think this really outclasses any of them.
I mean,
in V
maybe.
anyway.
Who knows? It's sweet though.
Yeah, in premium,
I don't think you realize how much I like using Dogma.
You really do like using Dogma. Do you like using Neberos at all, or is that not the same?
It's okay. It's not quite the same, but it's probably better if you can set it up.
Yeah. It's very easy to set up.
That's true, but sometimes Dogma just does the thing.
Yeah, Dogma does indeed do a thing. I think, like, in Premium, there have been people talking about you run, like, one copy of this because the other two cards are about to see, because it's just a search target, and you're like, cool, write it, stride over it, you're cool. Like,
so, the Grade 2, and I remember reading this the first time and be like, damn, but I'm going to read it again.
Love this.
So, Military Dragon Raptor Captain. So, this is the Grade 2 of the ride line, except he's doing the thing. When this unit is run upon by Raptor Colonel, so the Grade 3, you can Soul Blast 1, search your deck for up to 2 Grade 2 or less cards with Military Dragon in their card names and call them to rear and shuffle your deck. So it's just casual +2 or +2 on ride.
Yeah.
And when this unit is with an equip gauge is tried from rear guard circle, you can Soul Blast 1 and call this card to an open rear. This card, not the equip gauge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what were you going to say?
This card's just sick.
Oh, yeah. It's very good.
It does it all. It does it all.
Yeah. This also makes Spino Extort a lot better. Spino Extort being the one that's like, on attack, counterblast, kill something, draw a card, and call its equip gauge. So if you kill this with it, you get to call Captain back and the gauge that was on it.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. This is spicy.
It's sick. It's
so
sick.
good. So good.
And I don't remember this card's text, but I remember being not as impressed with it as the Grade 2. Military Dragon Raptor Sergeant is the Grade 1. Mm-hmm. All these things have normal powers for some reason. So it's an auto when it's placed on Van, look at top 7 and choose up to 1 Grade 2 or greater with Military Dragon's card name, blah, 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 blah. So it's basically, like searching for the ride line.
Yeah.
And the ride line, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then it has an ability on Van or rear. When it attacks or boosts, choose one of your rear guards without an equip gauge, and you may put the top card of your deck as an equip gauge.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of other cards that are similar to it. Like as far as the second effect is concerned, I mean, it's like Sonic Noah and like the Blue Sprint and all that shenanigans. But this one has the bonus of if you're playing the Military Dragon Core that it can kind of hopefully get one of those.
Yeah, like I think you can just run 4 of each of the Grade 1 and 2 and be okay. Like,
yeah,
it's
pretty cool. Yeah. I like this stuff a lot. Tachikaze stuff is dope.
Yeah.
Also excited for Triple R Delo. Or not Delo, but the last set had the Triple R Blue Sprint. Never mind, just kidding. Already on this.
Yeah, Blue Sprint looks cool. All right, finally, Root Beer gets a turn.
I know, right?
On the weirdest one in the entire set.
Yeah. So, Deadliest Beast Deity, Ethics Buster Reverse. It has normal power for an Excel unit. So, when your rear guard attacks, if this unit is standing, lock that rear guard. And then has another auto ability. When this unit attacks, it gets power plus 5,000 until end of turn. At the end of that battle, discard a card from your hand. Choose 3 of your locked cards, unlock them, and retire them. If you retire 3 cards, stand this unit. And then it has another auto effect that when its attack hits, you Soul Blast the original Ethics Buster, and it gets drive plus 1 until end of turn.
I think this card is better than the original Ethics Buster.
Are you fucking serious right now? You're gonna make me cry. What is this thing?
What are you talking about? What's wrong with it?
Oh, you want to do what Nova Grappler does? Nah, son. This is my job. Step aside. Daddy's home.
It restands.
Yeah. I mean, aside from... Go ahead, sorry.
I guess with no, wait, because it's only when they attack, so you'd have to get something that could, attack from... Well, I guess you're playing this in Beast Deities, so they can, attack during the main phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could do attack from main phase stuff, and then if they restand themselves, you already got the attack in, so you can just lock them.
And
then he restands.
I don't know. It just okay. So the old Ethics Buster Reverse locked a couple things during the main phase and just kind of gave himself the effect.
I don't remember the Ethics Buster Reverse being the Ethics Buster cross ride that I was afraid of, though. I think Extreme was the one I was like, oh, God.
Where all your normal units turned into stand triggers?
God.
Yeah. I think Ethics Buster Reverse aged better as the original series went on.
Mm-hmm.
But because like the ceiling for Ethics Buster Extreme wasn't that high. It would be like, okay, my guys restood, but like, they didn't get any power or anything. So with this guy, like aside from that thing we posted where like you can infinite loop this in Link Joker because you can run reverse units in there. Some people have said it's good, but I'm just not seeing it. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, people who have tested it said it's not as bad as it reads.
Okay, but not as bad as it could be is not a good thing.
Well, I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm just trusting their opinion.
I know. I'm not trying to shoot the messenger. I just
when I think about the way Beast Deities played in V, I can see how this card actually works.
Continue.
Oh yeah, because isn't their thing just like I said, like their thing is attacking in the main phase. So like you attack in the main phase, you already get those battles in, and so if during the actual battle phase you're locking your standing rear guards that are attacking, like that's fine. They've already gotten their attacks.
Oh, I thought there was something else to it or something. No, that's it. Okay, yeah. If someone figures out a way to break it that isn't a meme, let me know.
I mean, I don't think this has to be a meme. It's just like the deck already restands its own rear guards, so you already got those attacks in, and then it's just using them as a resource. Mm-hmm. It reads really weirdly because of like it's trying to play into that aspect of it, but like in actual effect, it's basically just like retire 3 rear guards, restand him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's the next one then?
Beast Deity Brainy Papio. So it also has normal power. When this unit is discarded from your hand during your turn, you can call it to rearguard as rest, so you can negate the minus from Ethics Buster. And then when the attack of your Vanguard with Beast Deity in his card name hits, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, choose a grade 2 or less card with Beast Deity in his card name, call it from your hand, call it to rearguard circle, it gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn. At the end of the turn, return it to your hand.
So that doesn't really, like, if you lock it and then the end of the turn comes, it doesn't go back to your hand, right? Because it's a new unit.
Yeah, but if you locked it, you would have retired it. I think the idea is this is like after Ethics Buster hits, you call a thing and get an extra attack.
Okay, so that's pretty solid. Seems like
it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
What's and then we have Beast Deity Max Beat, so this also has normal power for a grade 1. When it's placed on Vanguard Rearguard Circle, look at top 3, choose a grade 2 or greater card with Beast Deity, put it to your hand, put the rest bottom of your deck in any order. If you put a card into your hand and this card is on the Rearguard Circle, rest it.
I guess the rest being, like, if it's already rested, then it doesn't matter, that's... Seems okay. More ways to search Beast Deities.
One deal with the Ethics Buster Reverse 2 is if you've already attacked with it, you could just freely attack with your rear guards.
Mm-hmm.
Good point, yeah.
Because if it's standing, then it locks them. But if you've already attacked with it, you can just start swinging with normally. So, you can actually use the, I forgot the idiot's name already. Brady Papio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good point. That's, So it's nice that you can turn it on and off versus like it just being how it is.
Could you imagine? You could just never attack with rear guards. That'd be really cool design in Nova Grappler.
Yeah, very Nova Grappler of them. Yep. And somehow Matt gets to the end of his 4 now.
Yeah,
we're on your last one already.
We still have like half the set left, but here's
okay. I'm like backloaded.
Yeah,
so
I got 2 left. Root Beer's got 3 left. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the first card is Star Vader Nebula Lord Dragon.
There we go.
I have no idea. I don't remember what this card does.
I'm pretty sure this card is not memorable in any way.
So
it was a trial deck boss.
Soul Blast, retire a rear guard with Star Vader's card name. Your opponent chooses one of the rear guards and locks it. Your opponent chooses. Then your opponent has no back or rear guards. This gets drive +1 until end of turn. If no cards are locked, your opponent looks at the top card of their deck and puts on rear as a locked card. During your turn, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all of your units with Starvader in their card name get power plus 5,000 for each of your opponent's locked cards.
That seems pretty nice, actually.
Okay.
Is it like
I'm pretty sure.
what?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember what the previous one said. I think it was like Infinite Zero.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah, it was like a pseudo break ride.
Yeah.
The original Nebula Lord was like you counterblast 2, lock a back row, and then your front row gets like 3k for every locked card or something.
Never mind. Infinite Zero is also like pretty whatever.
Yeah.
I thought Infinite Zero was more impressive, but yeah, like this is like fine.
Yeah,
it locks. Okay, you're going like 1 for 1 because you have to retire something, and then it gets power, but like there isn't a whole ton of rear guard. I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at all of these, and I'm just wondering how you actually.
You have to like relock it every turn.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering like how you actually win because like Chaos was never that strong. This one I guess gets really big, but it has no like, and it gets an extra drive to make up for the retire, but like it doesn't really do anything to like win the game definitively. It's just kind of like keep attacking with 3 big cards and hope that you eventually grind out your opponent, which is also what Chaos did, and Chaos wasn't good either.
So the next card is the grade 2, Unrivaled Starvader Radon. Cool art.
Yeah.
So it has an effect in drop of all things. If your soul has 1 or less cards, this cost is reduced by Soul Blast 1. At the start of your battle phase, Soul Blast 1, call this card to rearguard in the same column as your rearguard with Starvader in its card name.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And as an auto on rear, when it attacks, till the end of that battle, your opponent would call cards from their hand to guard circle. They must call 2 or more.
And at the end of the battle, bind it. It's mandatory.
Oh, it's a mandatory effect. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is. See, if this got an extra attack, this would be cool, but like it's at the start, so this is really just like recovering a board.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Link Choker is weak to retire.
Yeah, and also like but also it like gets rid of itself at the end of the turn, and it's mandatory with no way of like turning it off. So this card is like, I don't see how this card really helps you all that much aside from having the battle lure. But like, I don't think that. I guess if you played it with Force 2, it could be like okay, but then it's a tiny column, and so the 2 cards probably wouldn't hurt that much. I don't get it.
What were you gonna say, Matt? That we interrupted you?
Oh, no, I don't remember.
No,
it's too long ago.
Yeah, I like even if it was just that first effect, it would still be kind of decent, just for the warm body. But
I guess like Nebula Lord gives it power.
Yeah, or if it like, or even if it retired itself, like you'd have to pay a Soul Blast to get it back.
Yeah,
every
but
turn.
It, like specifically binds itself.
Yeah, that's the problem. They need like an Imperial Iron Wall, but for Vanguard. All right, no binding. Sorry, guys.
All right, so speaking of binding themselves, Mana Shot Starvader Neon, grade 1, 8k, yada yada.
Also,
it has an effect on drop, also. To start your battle phase, you counterblast 1 and call this card to rearguard in the same column as your opponent's locked card. And then at the end of your opponent's turn, if your opponent's locked cards were not unlocked this turn, bind this unit.
That's so weird and random.
If they were not unlocked, or if they were unlocked?
If they were not.
Interesting.
Not unlocked. This card's pretty good.
Yeah. This one is a little bit better. This one is actually like a warm body, and then I don't think there's any Omega locking in V, so this actually stays on the board compared to the grade 2.
Yep.
I guess the idea is if you didn't lock anything, then you lose it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but like
that
should be fine. Like,
and you can just keep like popping it with like the way the deck's supposed to operate. I guess is just keep popping it with Nebula and then calling it back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and I guess in the case of either Radon or Neon, it's either have it be less of a cost with a Soul Blast or free.
Yeah.
Or you don't lose the card, but it's more of a cost.
Right.
It's fine.
This is fine. Oh God. I think we did this a few episodes ago.
Yeah,
but
we
have
did.
to do it again just for science. So just be quick about it.
We have Amon, so
Yeah.
grade 312K. So he has this wackadoodle effect where you put a card each from rearguard and hand rearguard, hand, and drop into your soul, and then your opponent chooses 2 cards each from rearguard, hand, and drop and puts them in soul. If your opponent did not put 6 cards, then you get drive +1. And then during your turn, it gets power plus 5,000 for every 6 cards in soul. If it's on Vanguard, it gets plus 10,000 instead of 5. And then it gets a crit for every 6 cards in your opponent's soul.
So our opinion is pretty well known at this point, but I guess if we want to do like a TLDR.
It sure is a big old beat stick that can take 2 cards out of your opponent's hand.
I just generally don't like cards where my opponent has like agency on how they operate.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, if you're playing a deck that likes having a lot of soul, you're just kind of helping them.
Oh yeah,
I think I guess the idea is that you're just really hoping you can overwhelm them with tons of power and criticals.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Amon's follower, Ron Geenlin. So, grade 2 9K. When it's placed on Vanguard, Rearguard, Soul Charge 1, your opponent chooses up to 1 from hand or Rearguard, put it into Soul. If they did not put a card, you Soul Charge 1. If your opponent's soul has 6 or more cards, then it gets plus 10k power and 10k shield, active on both turns.
Same conditions apply.
Yeah.
Like dope ass art, though.
I wish my opponent didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Fu Ginlin, which is grade 1 8k. Act, put a card from hand to soul, draw a card. Your opponent chooses a card from hand, puts it into soul. Your opponent may draw a card. And then at the start of your battle phase, if your opponent's soul is 6 or more, you can soul charge 1. If you soul charge 1, give 1 unit 5k. I wish it didn't give my opponent their card back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, whatever, honestly.
There's no way they're going to make a card that's just like, oh yeah, your opponent just puts a card in the soul, no other effect.
Yeah.
That would be pretty wet. I don't know.
They're not going to do it outside of the boss unit.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the deck ends up being anything, because like a lot of people say that the Amon stuff is some of the better support that they're getting in the set, but it's like
it's not something I'd want to play, even if it might seem that way.
Which sucks, because like you used to love Amon.
That's true. I did like punching people in the face with Amon.
Yeah, and then also you said you like it better when he's just kind of standing still, and this is more like he's coming at you.
Yeah, Amon doesn't need to do that. He's Amon.
He's Amon. He just hangs out, punches you in the face.
That's true.
And soul. Root Beer's turn again.
Yeah, and now for even more weird effects.
Now
Steve
for
made
something
an
completely different.
So it's grade 3 13k. So act once per turn, bind the card from your drop zone, choose a card with Steam Maiden in this card name from your bind zone, call it to rearguard. At the end of the battle, your rearguard with Steam Maiden in this card name attack, bind that card, and then choose a card with the same grade as the card bound for this cost, plus 1 from bind zone, call it to rearguard. If you call it grade 1, countercharge 1. And then continuous during your turn, it gets plus 1,000 for each card in your bind zone. If it's on Vanguard Circle, it gets plus 3 instead of plus 1.
Did they just make a sub-clan out of Steam Maiden?
Yes, and I guess their thing is like time leaping, I guess.
That's cool. Because like there are a gajillion Steam Maidens in Gear.
Yeah.
And not on purpose. It's just kind of how it worked out that way.
Yep. Unfortunately, you can't abuse it with V-Mellum, because V-Mellum is like not as good as the original.
Oh, really? Bummer.
It happens.
Yep. Yeah. Shoot, I think I just closed the...
You fool.
You fool.
Yep. So, Steam Maiden Aluru. So, grade 2 10k. When it's placed on rearguard from bind zone, bind a card from your drop zone, it gets plus 3k until end of turn for each grade of the card bound. Cool. And then auto rearguard circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attacks. If you have if you have a Steam Maiden Vanguard, Counterblast 1, bind it, choose a grade 3 from your bind zone, call it to rear guard.
So does that mean that you can use this in conjunction with the grade 3 to like get 2 things, or?
Let's see.
'Cause is
Binding this unit is a cost. What does LL?
Okay, because if L's is just an
Both
effect,
both of them have binding as the cost, so this does
Damn.
not work.
damn. I guess that means you can do it early, like on turn 2, if you happen to ride one, call another.
Yeah. And then Steam Maiden Iluru, grade 1 AK. Soul Blast 1, bind a grade 2 or less card from hand, draw a card. If you bound a trigger, draw another card. Auto rear guard circle, and at the end of the battle it attacked. If you have a Vanguard with Steam Maiden's card name, Counterblast 1, bind it, choose a grade 2. So they all time leap themselves, basically.
Okay. I don't know. The grade 1 and 2 don't really seem like very good support for the grade 3 for what it does.
Yeah. I guess the only thing is that LL is free.
Yeah.
So what you could probably do is like you could start the chain with whatever random Steam Maiden that doesn't matter, and then go into one of these, and then they can keep going.
Okay, yeah, good point. That's something. Also, that on the grade 1, that first effect, you can kind of fix your hand, especially if you got like a handful of triggers. All right, I'm gonna dump 1, get 2. It's +1. It's nice.
The question is like, are there any like interesting Steam Maiden cards?
I think that would to the comments, please let us know any interesting Steam Maiden cards or combos that come of this, because I have no freaking idea. I have never played Gear Chronicle.
Most of the Steam Maidens I'm looking at are like old cards.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's something in premium we can spice out. But just when we thought Ethics Buster reverses the weirdest reverse unit, now we have Kurkitis.
Oh, that's right. The actual weirdest one.
Kurkitis is back. Normal power for grade 3. It's auto in drop zone. At the end of the battle that your unit with Kurkitis and its card name attacked a grade 3 or greater Vanguard. Hate that line of text. If it's the first battle of this turn, Counterblast 1, discard 4 cards from your hand, lock all of your rear guards. Then, if you have 5 locked cards, ride this card as stand for each grade 3 card, and for each grade 3 card in your soul. Choose one of your locked cards, unlock it, and this gets +10k until end of turn. That's one effect. That is one effect. That takes look at that card text. That's like 3/4 of the fucking card. That's crazy. And then the other effect is when this unit is attacked, you can retire 3 rear guards, and it gets +10k until end of that battle for every 10 cards in your drop. So I've seen, like, obviously everyone got all excited because they're like, oh my god, Kurkitis first. But it's like, no, not happening.
I mean, there's so many other better things to be doing with Grand Blue.
Yeah.
Definitely. Which is funny because Busher did that, and they're like, hey guys, this is a random grade 3. How about a completely different one that's also just as random?
Yeah.
Witch Doctor of the Dead Sea Negrobolt. It is back, baby. Was this a Legion originally?
Yes.
Okay, so this was a Legion back in the day. And then this thing is just like... Okay. Auto unvan, at the start of your ride phase or main phase, bind all of the cards that are not trigger units in your drop zone. This effect is mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, you know the clan that does all the stuff with their drop zone? Yeah, why don't we have them get rid of their drop zone? Genius. And then the other effect is auto unvan. When this unit attacks, for every 10 cards in your drop until end of turn, this unit gets +1 crit. And all of your front row units get +20k power. And then continuous unvan, all of your units get +5k shield for every 10 cards in your drop. So this card is literally fighting itself the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like the silliest fucking thing.
Yeah, so they want you to basically fill your drop every turn.
Yeah. Or just have sleeve tugging Bell.
But imagine just hitting 10 cards and drop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, just dumping 10 cards at your first grade 3 main phase, and then just attacking with 3 units for plus 20k, and your Vanguard is great, easy.
So this doesn't call anything from drop zone.
Sure doesn't.
So what is there even to buff if you're trying, like, you have to just run stuff that's like on a it's on a treadmill all the time.
Mhm.
Yep.
Fuck it. What is this thing?
It's Witch Doctor of the Dead Sea.
God. How about this last one then? This is Dragon Undead Ghoul Dragon. So that was the Legion mates from before. Love the art on this thing. It's very insect-like. So act in bind zone. Okay, so maybe something is happening here. Counterblast 1 and retire a rear guard. Oh, never mind. Choose up to 6 other normal units from your bind zone. Return them to your deck and shuffle it. If you return 4 or more, call it to rear. And then the other effect is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can Soul Blast 1 and retire another rear guard. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Guys.
It fills the top.
It's nice that it deck recycles, I guess, but like, dude.
Negrobolt was just the most random friggin' card in this set.
Look, it also like fills your drop, right? Easy.
I just no. This was such a weird, like, okay. Even back in the day with like big power units that got restraint or whatever, and you had to like counterblast in the case of Brittle Jack, or like even pants striding with the 17k base. Why not just let Negrobolt have more base power or something? Like, it's already fighting itself. Might as well like give it a little
like 17k or something.
Yeah, or like even 15k.
17k with 2 crits and triple drive, maybe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And then, I think for that you would have to like bind your entire drop zone every turn, and then do the rest.
You just need to hit it on the grade 3 turn and just go off, right? You're just like, all right, here's my 37k 3 crit, eat it.
I just can't with this thing. And speaking of things, I just can't. I am so disappointed. I am not mad. I'm disappointed at Bushiroad for the next 3 cards we are about to see.
Okay.
Because never before have I been more excited for a second chance for something, and to have it just completely fall on its face. Starting off here, we have Battler of the Twin Brush Polaris. So this is, normal power. Auto on Van. At the end of the battle that this unit attacks, you counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, and that unit gets this unit's power until end of turn. Then, if the opponent's power, or if the chosen unit's power is 50k or greater, stand that unit. Then, if the chosen unit's power is 70k or greater, and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, stand this unit, and it gets plus 15k until end of turn.
It'd be cool if this were a Force Clan.
Yes, it would. Guys. Or even if it was just doing the Pale Moon thing, and you could stack the Excel marker.
I have an incredibly important question.
Yeah, go for it.
Why is it Battler of the Twin Brush, but he has like pen things on his hands?
I think the idea is it's a calligraphy pen or something, and that's I have no idea.
Is it just like...
Maybe it's like a translation thing where it's like...
Could be.
Something else.
I'll figure it out.
Because that was the name originally, was Battler of the Twin Brush. And like, back in the day, he was like, on attack, you counterblast 2, stand something, and dope it. And like, the idea here is this doesn't kill the thing, but it's such a huge hoop to jump through. And other people in the Grey Nature, like, Discord and Facebook group and all that stuff were like, he's not that bad. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want good, It's just not worth it. And then they also had to follow this up with, Guardian of Truth locks. So, normal power for grade 3. Act on Van once per turn. Put a card from your hand into Soul, which is kind of good in Great Nature because they're terrible at Soul. Reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Put all grade 3 cards from among them into your hand and discard the rest. If you put a grade 3 card into your Soul for this cost, till end of turn, this unit gets all your grade 3 units get plus 5k. And then auto on Van, at the end of your turn, choose up to 2 of your grade 3 rear guards and retire them. For each retired unit, draw a card and kill one of the opponent's things. So, yeah. Obviously, you'd want, like, more grade 3 rear guards to, like, do it with, but it's, like, so whatever. It doesn't help you put on pressure. It just kind of helps you get stuff.
All right, but imagine putting a grade 3 in a soul and then just ripping 3 grade 3s off the top.
Oh, that would be. Oh, I mean, also heal guardians, but still.
Imagine if they make grade 3 crits.
Dude.
We become Vanguard 0, just all triggers are grade 3s now.
Yeah.
The natural evolution.
This is kind of okay. So like, this is kind of neat in premium because like Great Nature is so good at searching grade 3s in premium with things like Mike Sabro and the Mini Belly V Series one that like you can run a very grade 3 heavy deck and still be okay. And I think there might be something to it where you can run like the Lux Ride Chain and then this. Obviously kind of a like pie in the sky dream, but I kind of want to try it just for the fun.
I do think Lux is a lot better than Polaris.
Yes, agreed.
One day Polaris will be memeable.
I can at least see something like with Lux where like Polaris, I'm like, why does it have the number 70k printed on it?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see on that card is like, why is that number there?
Yeah. Yeah, so like I think Lux, while like less dynamic, it still has better application. And then they had to go and drive a stake through my heart and make a new coiling duck. Look how cute that is.
It's fucking adorable.
Love him. Yeah. Give him a pat on the head. He loves pats. Coiling duckbill. Hey,
I would answer the phone.
Otto, when this card is discarded from your deck, you can Soul Blast and add it to your hand. Okay,
I'm sorry, what?
So when you mill it, you can Soul Blast and get it back to hand.
Sure.
Fine. In a deck where Soul is like a problem. Yeah, that's worth it. And then the other effect is Auto on rare, when your other rear guard is retired by a card's ability during your turn, you can Soul Blast one and retire this unit to draw one. They just nerfed Duckbill. They nerfed it. They're like, you get 1,000 more power and 5k more shield, and we're going to nerf you.
God, this card's bad.
What did you do? The reason the old Duckbill was so good was you got to keep Duckbill, and then it turned into a plus if you could stack them. This is like you lose the Duckbill to get the draw.
It also costs a soul for some reason.
Yes. If this...
why does it even have that soul cost if it was going to retire itself?
I don't know. I think the only way... Like, they could have fixed this so much better if it was just put this unit into your soul. Draw one. Would have been completely fine. But no.
Nope, not allowed.
Nope.
They had to break poor Atlas's heart. Duckbill, why?
This is their goal, actually.
I'm actually crying right now. I don't know if you can see that on the video. I'm literally tearing up because they ruined it. Root Beer, bring this to a close, would you?
Alright. Thorn Lily Musketeer Cecilia Reverse. So when attacked, Counterblast 1, retire 2. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 units from among them, call them to rear guard, shuffle your deck. Auto, Vanguard, or front row rear guard. At the end of the battle, that your rear guard was Cecilia in this card name that was placed from deck this turn, attacked a grade 3 or greater Vanguard.
Yeah.
Counterblast 1, lock 2 of your standing rear guards and stand that unit that attacked. If your front row has a lock card, bind it instead of stand it, and ride that card on your Vanguard with Musketeer in his card name as stand.
What? This card is wild.
That seems kind of like convoluted, but seems okay.
Yeah, because her first skill is like mid-battle phase, so you're already getting like extra attacks out of it. So you can like lock one behind Vanguard in like one corner that's probably like a plant token or something, and then you have the option.
If you lock a plant token, it just disappears, right?
I think so.
Okay.
And then like because then it's at the end of the bat. So you can get like a 6 or no, it replaces one of your attacks because you have to lock your front row to re-ride. But since you're already getting like extra attacks anyways, it kind of evens out. This card has a lot of text, and it takes me a second to figure out the attack sequence, but I'm pretty sure this card is good.
Yeah, it seems like again, it's very like kind of Benny Hill-ish with like everything that's being told to you, but I think it seems okay. I feel like I'm missing something, but it seems good.
No, I think I understand the sequence. You attack with your front row, attack with Cecilia, retire retire your 2 front row, call new front row. Ideally, one of them has Cecilia in its name. Then, at the end of the battle, the Cecilia attack, you lock 2 of your standing rear guards. So let's just say you lock your other column that's not the Cecilia, and then you bind the Cecilia and rewrite it. And then I don't think Cecilia does anything on her own unless you rode this card. I guess if you ride this card, then you can retire your... You can, like, maybe retire, like, your 2 remaining rear guards and then call another column and get another attack.
Okay, that's...
So yeah, this has the potential to, like, chain a buttload of attacks.
Okay, yeah, that's good. This next one, I hear this one isn't very good, though.
Yeah, Cherry Blossom must... Or, no, that's the wrong one. Deep Green Lord, Master Wisteria. So, when it's placed on van or rear, counterblast 1, discard 1, call up 2 plant tokens, then choose one of your other units, search your deck for a card with the same name, put it into your hand. And then, auto Vanguard Rearguard, when this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units, and all units with the same name get power +5. So it's like a worse Bloom.
Oh, yeah.
That unit gets power +5, and then if it's on Vanguard, it's +10 instead of +5. So yeah, this is like bad Bloom.
Bummer.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then,
what are you gonna do?
now Cherry Blossom Musketeer Augusto. So grade 2 10k. When it's placed on rear guard circle, put on guard circle. Retire 1 or more back row. This unit gets power +5, shield +5 for each unit retired. Then, if you retire 2 or more units for this cost, put 2 normal units with Musketeers from your drop onto the bottom deck in any order. Draw 1.
That seems nice. That's a good way to use plant tokens and stuff. Also, I just noticed that his arms are made of leaves.
Yeah,
or
they are plant peoples.
Plant material. Because like in the old one, that's not very well conveyed because he's kind of like pointing at you, and you don't see most of his arm. This one, there's like very clear like plant matter doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cecilia and Augusto, good additions to the deck. Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't reprint Cecilia.
Yeah, that seems to be a pattern in a lot of these.
Shocking.
Yep. All right, so now that we're at the end of this for both sets, I wouldn't say who lost because a lot of clans did, if we're being honest, but who do you think's the biggest winner? And I'm
Tachikaze got a dogma, so
yeah, Tachikaze got a dogma.
Got a dogma and 2 great things for both.
Cecilia has the potential to make like 6 attacks in a Force clan, which is pretty sweet.
That is nice.
I can't wait for Raging Fall to be good and us to be wrong. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're probably going to be proven wrong.
Let's see.
But that means I called it, and then I'll have something to gloat about.
Oh, yeah.
If there were more Steam Maiden rear guards to work with, the Steam Maiden stuff might be somewhat interesting, but there isn't.
Steam Maiden stuff looks kind of not good.
Yeah. I feel like it has potential if there was like actually more Steam Maidens to work with, but right now it's not that good. What else is there?
Going back and looking at the other set, I think Royals, Pale Moon.
Yeah, Royals came out good.
Mega Colony got like some pretty solid stuff, even if the Master Beetle is kind of a nothing. But like the other
Brilliant Blister is nutty.
Oh yeah, Brilliant Blister is so good it almost carries the other 2 by itself.
So that's actually a ridiculous card.
I think I'm going to go with Tachikaze just because all 3 cards are worth using to at least to some extent.
I'm going to go for like top 3. I think Jewel Knights were good. Cecilia was good, and yeah, Tachikaze was good. I think those are like the obvious good picks.
I'm going to go with Mega Colony for 1, mostly because of applications not in V.
Yeah. That's how I look at most of these anyway.
Yeah, Pale Moon looked all right, and I'm just going to go with Tachikaze, like I said, because Dogma.
Just Dogma. Not even for the other stuff, just Dogma. Yeah, I mean, that Jewel Knight stuff looked really good, and like I really think if they had just put a restand on Master Beetle, it would have been perfect.
Mega Colony's not allowed to have nice things in V. Yeah. Brilliant Blister's just a random chance.
Is in spite of itself. Yeah, so that's pretty much the episode. If you want to let us know winners and losers. What are you going to be using from this set? What reprints are you excited about? I know we didn't cover that, but just let us know. Leave a like, leave a comment, review, tell a friend. Give the message to a carrier pigeon. Maybe that'll be good.
Yeah, send it in a prehistoric Pokeball, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, smart decision. So also, if you want to support us, patreon.com/Nexus at Night, you get a whole ass bonus show every week. If you're a $10 patron like Darren, Cole, Josh, or Jeremy, thank you to them. You get videos a day early. And if you want to get merch, I will have a link to that in the description. It's not something easy like teespring.nexus at night. It's some wacky bullshit. It's down there. Where can they find the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2Gs2Ds.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
You can find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, or you can check out my other podcast, Generation Dan, on Twitter. New episodes every Thursday. This week we have the co-owner of Dow Comedy Studio, Chris Oliver, as the guest. So that's coming up, and thanks everybody for listening. Until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everybody.